JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, don't try find me now. Woman recalls coming face to face with the taxi robbers. Please remember to subscribe, like, share. Leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. A woman was abducted, blindfolded, and robbed by two men posing as a taxi driver and a passenger. Escaped a worse fate when she inadvertently gave them a wrong personal identification number PIN for her debit card. Today, almost 3 months after the ordeal, Marcia is still traumatized as she can't help the flashbacks that come with each report of what now appears to be a trend of young women being subjected to a similar nightmare in Kingston and St. Catherine. Marcia, a household worker and a mother of 5 daughters and a son, remembers well the morning of Tuesday, September 8, 2020, as she had a sense of foreboding about leaving her home in the Mountain View area for work. However, she said that she had to take one of her daughters to her school on an instruction from the administrators. When they got there, one of the teen's teachers asked Marcia if she had a device for her daughter. She told the teacher there was one in the house, but it was being used by her son. The teacher therefore instructed her to get one, as the school didn't want their daughter to miss her online classes. That set them on a journey to downtown Kingston, where they eventually went to a Court store and made a $10,000 down payment on a tablet, leaving her with $16,000 in her bank account. Me get my receipt, put my daughter upon a taxi and send her home, and then me take one bus to go work on Braemar Avenue, Marcia explained. She worked until late the evening. In fact, when she became aware of the time, she set about leaving the housing complex. However, because that road is usually lonely at nights, plus the start of the nightly COVID-19 curfew was approaching, Marcia waited for the female security guard at the complex to avoid walking alone. Eventually, they got a lift from a friend of the security guard who dropped Marcia off on Trafalgar Road, across from the British High Commission, with the advice to stand near to the mission to ensure her safety. I was there waiting, no bus, no taxi. One JUTC bus come, but it was not in service. I'm a wait, and I start getting impatient, because me no want to be on the road late. Worse, me don't want to be in breach of the curfew, Marcia related. Then me see one white car drive up. The roof light was on, and I'm shot from inside Mountain View. Some looking at the car, and I couldn't swear it was a girl in the front passenger seat. Some say, alright, maybe because it's coming up to curfew time, there are probably fewer passengers on the road, so the driver has the one girl and me, so him get $200, Marcia said. When we drive off, I look on the driver and I said to myself, but I never see this man before. But then, I don't know every taxi on my route. The fact that the driver and the passenger were not talking did not make her suspicious either, as she assumed that they did not know each other. She became a bit concerned after the driver turned the car onto Lady Musgrave Road and started winding up the windows. But she wasn't too alarmed given the fact that the road had been recently dug up, and she thought that maybe the driver was trying to avoid dust getting into the vehicle. Shortly after, the passenger reclined the seat. By the time if he said, driver, while the passenger pushed back the seat, because me I say maybe I'm girlfriend, the person kneeled down at the seat and faced me with a knife. That was when me realized it was a man, she said. And him say, don't try fight me now. My head start hurt me. Every part of me hurt me. Because me I said, Jesus, what kind of trouble this me get myself into? Marcia recalled. Him say, just sit back and don't scream. Me hold up my hands and say, I'm not going to do that. He came across and practically sat on my right leg. I am now pinned to the door, the seat and him, so there's nowhere to go. Him say, I'm going to take this, which was my bag. Him take my bag and place it on the front seat. Him them took out a handkerchief and said, me go put this over your face, she related. She felt when the car turned, after which the driver asked her if she had a credit card. No, she answered. But you have all of these cards in your purse, the driver retorted. I said, yes, but them not working. So you join a bank and you leave, but you keep the card. So what about this one? It looked new, the driver said. I knew it was a Scotia card he was talking about, because I did just replace it, Marcia said. He said, how much money you have on the card? And I said, me have $13,000, but then I said to myself, tell him $3,000. So I said, no, me not have $13,000, me have $3,000. And I start to explain to him that me go courts and how much money me pay for the tablet for my daughter. And him say, how me I gonna know say they go courts? And then Mr. Tim said, the receipt in my purse and in my purse. And I tell him something I was supposed to go and pay my water bill, which was $3,000, but the machine wasn't working. It wasn't taking any cards and I didn't have any cash. And it was the $3,000 on the card for pay it. I don't know if he looked at the receipt, but he asked me, when your bag? And I tell him, a bottle of water, which me that drink and I couldn't finish. A half pack of biscuit, which me that carry for my son. And my work clothes. So him say, what kind of work you do? And I said, day's work. Him said, day's work. Me say, yes. And him asked, what you do? And me tell him. Marcia recalled with a heavy sigh. Then him say, you're poor. She said, throughout the interrogation, she was praying that no harm would befall her. The driver then told her that, so far, he believed all that she had told him as he had looked at the receipt in her purse. He told her that if he took her to an ATM and found more than $3,000 in her account, she would be in trouble. She assured him that he wouldn't find more than that. At that point, he asked her for her PIN. So I said 1976, not even remembering sending my PIN number, But we not in a trouble, anything or just anything, Marcia said. Him said, Jano, you use your birthday as a PIN number? Me realize say you're a big man. And my mother born 1976. So if me violate you, that I will just come in like me I violate my mother. Yeah, what we are going to do? We are going to drop you at a place. And when we drop you, they make no alert. Just make we go about with business and you go about your own, she recalled. He then put her through another test by asking how much money she had in her purse. When she told him $1,050, he said, okay, I you have it true. Another round of interrogation about whether her children were not old enough to help her was conducted as the car kept moving. So I said to myself, what you know? He might rob me and interrogate me. And I know he must sympathize with me, the fact that me poor, Marcia shared. As the car continued moving, a range of thoughts raced through the blindfolded woman's mind. She wondered if the driver's mother was herself a day's worker, thus earning her sympathy, or whether he and his partner would rape or kill her because she had nothing of value to give them. What kind of phone you have? Interrupted her thoughts. A DL3, and it not even work, she responded. When I said that, I noticed through the blindfold the light came up on the phone because I told him what happened to the phone. So he realized that I was not lying, Marcia said. The car kept moving, and Marcia started worrying that they were not stopping to let her out. Eventually, the vehicle came to a stop, and the knife-wielding passenger told her, don't move. The driver will come around and take you out of the car. After what seemed like an eternity to her, the driver opened the door. His accomplice told her to open her palm and to place her bag in it. The driver, she said, then asked her to give him her left hand. While he was helping her out of the car, her foot got caught in the seatbelt. Take your time, man. Nobody hurt yourself. Because I tell you so whenever did I go hurt you, he told her. He warned her against removing the blindfold before he drove away. She assured him she wouldn't. When she could no longer hear the engine, Marcia pulled the blindfold off. She had no clue where she was, and there was no sign of life in the darkness. I saw a building looking like a factory with a big gate. Somebody looked for a security guard so I couldn't call the police, but I never seen none, she said, adding that she started walking in the direction from which the car got to the spot. Eventually, she saw a private taxi coming towards her. Although the ordeal left her traumatized, she took a chance and beckoned to the driver to stop. Him slowed down and said, I'm not working. So I said, sir, I don't need a taxi. She told him of her ordeal and that she didn't know where she was. He told her to continue in the direction in which I was walking, and me soon start to see people, and then me couldn't go to the Crossroads police station, she related. That's when I knew I was near Crossroads. However, when she got there, she was too shaken up to go to the police. She checked her bag, found that the robbers had taken her phone, but had left her with $150 and the debit card. The money was enough to get her home in a route taxi, which she only boarded after ensuring that a friend of hers was a passenger. Back in the safety of her house, Marcia's 9-year-old son asked her how it took her so long to get home as he was awaiting her arrival. That's when me start to cry, she shared. adding that she told them that she almost didn't make it home and related her ordeal. It brought her daughters to tears. It was a wicked ordeal, Marcia said with a heavy sigh. For weeks I couldn't stop crying. I was almost feeling pain but couldn't understand why. People don't understand that when somebody robs you, yeah, them take your phone and other things, but that is not the biggest thing them take from you. What them have taken from you is a peace of mind. The fact that when me leave me yard that morning, only my daughter that me carry knows me that left the house because the other one them did asleep. And while me they looking upon them before me leave, I never say anything to them. For the whole night I couldn't sleep. I was just there thinking, and then it came back to me that 1976 is not my pin. I just didn't remember the pin. I just know that when them asked for the pin, it was the first thing that come out of my mouth, she said. The following day, her employer informed the bank and got the phone provider to clear the stolen phone. A few days later, Marcia's daughter received a photo on her phone from her mother's sister asking if she, Marcia, knew the person in the picture. When me look, not the driver, he put up him picture on my WhatsApp status, she said, adding that the thief also posted a photo of a woman who she assumed was his girlfriend. Marcia was eventually put in contact with a policeman who encouraged her to report the matter at a police station because he said it was happening and people didn't know the faces of the robbers. She sent the police the photos that her sister sent her, went to the Halfway Tree Criminal Investigation Branch and made the report. When the police officers saw the pictures, one of them said to the other, "Are them same boy I look fine?" She related. On the day Marcia shared her story, she said she had heard on the midday news that a woman was abducted in similar circumstances in Portmore and beaten. "You know much Tuesday me no go work because of that," she said. Eventually, she found the courage to return to work on the Tuesday before the interview, but found that she was still traumatized. "I was walking on the road and one car slowed down for turn. It was a woman driving and she was going about her business, but me get one panic attack. And my heart start to race and me said, Jesus, me go run go now. Everything that me go through my mind," she said. Since then, she has had an altercation with a taxi driver who took offense to her looking inside his car before boarding. When she told him of her ordeal, he was astonished, then apologized, saying he thought she was being difficult. Now she says she ensures she knows the taxi driver's face before taking a cab. "And even if me don't know them face, me are looking at the back of the car because you're not safe no way," she said. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.